Robotics in China has gone crazy, and what expats are seeing will absolutely shock you. Imagine stepping off the plane in Shanghai or Shenzhen, and instead of being greeted by a human receptionist, you're checked in by a perfectly polite robot. Not just a simple machine with a pre-programmed voice, but an intelligent, interactive robot that can scan your passport, process your information, and even crack a joke to make you smile. That's the new normal in China. For many expats, the sheer speed of this transformation feels like stepping into a science fiction movie that suddenly became reality. In restaurants across major Chinese cities, robots glide between tables delivering steaming bowls of noodles, fresh dumplings, and even drinks. They navigate seamlessly, avoid collisions, and greet customers with cheerful expressions. Expats who once expected a waiter or waitress are now surprised to be served by a machine with digital eyes and a friendly wave. And it's not just about novelty. For many businesses, these robots are faster, more efficient, and available 24/7, which reduces costs and boosts productivity. Hospitals tell another story. Walk into a modern Chinese medical center, and you might see robots handling tasks that were once reserved for nurses. Robots now transport medicine, monitor patient vitals, disinfect rooms with UV light, and even assist surgeons with delicate operations. Expats watching this transformation often can't believe how quickly robots have integrated into healthcare. In some cases, robots provide frontline support during pandemics, reducing human exposure to dangerous conditions. To an outsider, it looks like China has skipped a decade of development and jumped straight into the future of medicine. Factories are where China's robotics revolution truly comes alive. Assembly lines that once required hundreds of workers are now managed by robotic arms moving with surgical precision. These machines don't just build cars, smartphones, and electronics, they also self-correct, adapt to new tasks, and work alongside humans in perfect harmony. Expats visiting these factories often describe them as something out of a futuristic documentary, with sparks flying, machines humming, and robots performing tasks faster than the human eye can follow. But the shock doesn't stop there. Everyday life in China is being reshaped by robotics. In hotels, service robots deliver towels and snacks straight to your door. In shopping malls, robot security guards patrol the hallways, scanning for suspicious behavior. Even on the streets, robots are becoming a familiar sight, from autonomous delivery bots ferrying groceries to cleaning robots scrubbing the sidewalks. For expats, the contrast is jarring. One moment they recall the slower, more traditional systems from back home, and the next, they're walking through a city where machines and humans coexist seamlessly. Education is another field undergoing a robotic transformation. In classrooms, AI-powered teaching assistants help students learn languages, solve math problems, and practice coding. For expats raising kids in China, this is mind-blowing. The idea of growing up side by side with robots as study partners feels like a glimpse into a new era of education, one where students are trained from childhood to live in harmony with intelligent machines. Then there are the show-stopping demonstrations. Massive robotics expos in Beijing, Shenzhen, and Hangzhou showcase humanoid robots that can sing, dance, and even hold conversations. Visitors, including many wide-eyed expats, gather around as robots perform martial arts routines, play instruments, or even paint pictures. These aren't just gimmicks. They're signals of how quickly robotics research and real-world applications are converging in China. For many expats, the most shocking realization is how normal it all feels to locals. In Chinese culture, technology adoption happens at lightning speed. While foreigners may stare in amazement at robots handling deliveries or performing surgeries, Chinese citizens often just shrug and go about their day, treating it as an ordinary convenience rather than a futuristic miracle. This cultural acceptance is fueling the rapid integration of robotics into every aspect of daily life. Of course, there's another side to this story, one that leaves expats both impressed and uneasy. Robots are not just taking on convenience roles, they're also replacing human jobs at an incredible pace. Automated cashiers, robotic chefs, AI call centers, all of these mean fewer roles for human workers. Expats often wonder, if China is already this far ahead in robotics, what will the job market look like in 5 or 10 years? Will entire industries be dominated by machines, with humans pushed aside? Or will robots simply free people to focus on creativity, strategy, and innovation? The pace of innovation is staggering. In less than a decade, China has gone from importing robotic technology to becoming one of the world's leaders in robotics research, development, and deployment. From Shenzhen's AI startups to government-funded innovation hubs in Beijing, the push toward robotics is relentless. For expats, living in China today is like watching a live experiment in how a nation can transform itself through machines. Every day, there's something new: a new delivery robot, a new robotic service, a new application that nobody thought possible a year ago. And perhaps the most shocking thing for foreigners is realizing that this isn't just happening in flashy megacities. Even smaller towns and mid-sized cities in China are adopting robotic technology at incredible speeds. Delivery robots roll across campuses in provincial universities. Factories in rural areas are using automation to boost efficiency. Hotels in lesser-known cities deploy service robots that greet guests with the same futuristic flair as those in Beijing. For expats who expected advanced tech to stay in Silicon Valley or Tokyo, it's shocking to see robotics thriving across all corners of China. What's happening here is more than just a technological shift. It's a cultural revolution, an economic transformation, and a glimpse of humanity's future. To live in China as an expat today is to witness the boundary between science fiction and reality vanish right before your eyes. The robotics industry has gone crazy, yes, but in the middle of all that chaos, China may just be writing the playbook for the next stage of human civilization. Expats walking through China often describe the feeling as living inside a futuristic test lab. In cities like Hangzhou, autonomous delivery robots roam the sidewalks, each carrying parcels to customers who ordered online just minutes before. These little machines beep politely as they pass pedestrians, stop at crosswalks, and even climb small curbs to complete their routes. For many foreigners, it's astonishing, because in their home countries, delivery still depends heavily on human drivers, long waiting times, and outdated systems. But in China, automation has reached the streets. It's not an experiment anymore, it's everyday life. Take transportation hubs for example. Train stations, already massive and high-tech, now employ robots to guide travelers, answer questions, and help with luggage. Airports have check-in kiosks run by AI, and robots that patrol for security, scanning crowds with facial recognition to ensure safety. Expats experiencing this for the first time often find themselves stunned by how seamless it all feels. Instead of endless queues and human attendants fumbling through paperwork, machines streamline the process, cutting waiting times dramatically. It's efficiency that feels alien to anyone used to slower systems elsewhere. And then there's retail. Walk into certain supermarkets in Beijing or Guangzhou, and you'll find robots stocking shelves, scanning inventory, and even checking expiration dates. Expats sometimes stop in disbelief, watching as mechanical arms neatly arrange products while customers shop nearby. Checkout? Completely automated. With a scan of your face or phone, payment is instant, and a robotic voice wishes you a pleasant day. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's almost unsettling for those who grew up with human cashiers handling every purchase. Cafes and fast food chains are also pushing the boundaries. Instead of baristas, you'll often see robotic arms brewing coffee, frothing milk, and serving drinks with perfect precision. For foreigners living in China, this becomes a daily reminder that the future is already here. You walk in for a latte and walk out realizing a machine just did the job better, faster, and more consistently than most humans. Some expats even admit it feels a little eerie, as though human interaction is being phased out one small task at a time. What makes the shock stronger is how affordable these technologies have become in China. Unlike in the West, where robotics often feel like luxury experiments, in China they are built for scale. Businesses can rent service robots for as little as a few $100s per month, making them accessible even to small restaurants and mom-and-pop shops. Expats are left wondering how this could ever be possible back home, where the cost of implementing robotics remains sky-high. China's ability to mass-produce and integrate technology at low cost has given it a massive advantage, and living there means seeing this unfold everywhere, all at once. The entertainment industry adds another dimension. In shopping malls, robot performers dance in coordinated routines, attracting crowds and delighting children. Theme parks feature animatronic guides that interact naturally with guests, offering directions or jokes as if they were real characters. Some cities even host robot competitions, where machines battle, race, or showcase their problem-solving abilities. For expats, witnessing these events feels surreal. It's like stepping into a sci-fi festival that happens not once a year, but every weekend across the country. But perhaps the most impressive and shocking developments are happening in robotics research centers. Universities and tech parks are producing robots that can mimic human movement with uncanny accuracy. Humanoid robots can walk, run, and even maintain balance when pushed. Some are trained to perform Tai Chi, others to handle calligraphy brushes. For expats visiting these labs, it's both awe-inspiring and unnerving, a glimpse into a future where machines don't just assist humans but begin to mirror them in form and function. The government's role cannot be ignored. Massive funding, policy incentives, and national strategies like Made in China 2025 are fueling robotics development at an unprecedented pace. For foreigners living in China, this level of state-backed innovation feels overwhelming. In the West, tech companies often struggle against bureaucracy or lack of support. In China, the system is aligned to push robotics forward, with the full force of government, academia, and industry behind it. Expats often remark that this combination makes China's pace of innovation almost impossible to match. Yet, in the middle of all this excitement, there's also a sense of unease. Robots are everywhere, doing jobs once considered secure for humans. Expats living in China sometimes describe a quiet tension among local workers, a recognition that the rise of machines may come at a personal cost. A cashier replaced by an AI terminal. A factory worker replaced by a robotic arm. A hotel receptionist replaced by a service bot. The transition is rapid, and for some, painful. But for the nation as a whole, it's progress at a speed that leaves even seasoned expats speechless. Some foreigners say the most shocking thing isn't the technology itself, but the acceptance. While many Western countries debate, resist, or fear robotics, in China, the integration feels almost natural. Robots are welcomed, admired, and quickly adopted. Children grow up seeing them as friends, helpers, and everyday tools. Adults embrace them as conveniences that save time and money. This cultural attitude accelerates adoption, leaving expats to wonder whether the rest of the world is ready to catch up or whether China will leave everyone behind. And this is only the beginning. Robotics in China isn't slowing down. Every year brings advancements that make yesterday's miracles feel outdated. From AI-driven construction robots that can build houses in days, to agricultural robots that plant, water, and harvest crops with minimal human input, the expansion touches every corner of life. For expats witnessing this transformation firsthand, it's a constant reminder that the future isn't arriving gradually, it's already here, and it's accelerating faster than anyone expected. What expats are seeing in China today is more than just a wave of shiny new robots, it's the future of human society unfolding in real time. From restaurants and hospitals to airports, factories, and even classrooms, robots have gone from being novelties to becoming everyday partners in work, play, and life. For many foreigners living in China, it's both shocking and inspiring, a daily reminder that the world is changing faster than most people realize. The question is no longer if robotics will take over, but when the rest of the world will catch up. China has made robotics not just a technology of the future, but a way of life in the present. For expats witnessing this transformation, it feels like stepping into tomorrow where machines and humans move forward together, reshaping how we eat, work, learn, and live. And maybe that's the ultimate shock, realizing that what once felt like science fiction has already become reality in China. The future isn't waiting, it's happening now.